Good morning. Fort Worth Glock Guy here with another day of cup of knives with a cup of Joe. And today, want to do a quick little shout out to our new friend, OL's Blade or Knife Corral. OL's Knife Corral. He always has a sweet little treat in his videos, so thought I'd bring out a little snickerdoodle that my mom made for me for the holidays. So delicious. That's one of my family's favorites, is the snickerdoodle. And in this video, wanted to show off, I've mentioned in a couple of previous videos that I've kind of gotten into the Rustlock. Not my favorite case model, but I kind of like it. So it is, watched a ton of videos on it. It took me a long time to pull the trigger on even buying one of these. Just because it is a little bit goofy looking with this flipper tab sticking out. But I finally decided to just give it a try. So this was the very first one that I got. It's got a nice bone color to it. So I don't know if you can see the actual color on this with the lighting, but it is a nice brown bone color. And this one is in stainless steel. This is a more recent model. It's got the etching rather than the actual stamp in the blade. So anyways, there's that first one. That's the first one that I got. And I committed myself to just for 2 days just to only carry this knife and kind of get used to how to manipulate it. And it was designed to be a one-handed opener, which I think this was released in 2000 or right around 2000. So for a one-handed opener over the top, that's pretty original for its time. It is indeed a one-handed open and closer. You can see that I've got a Band-Aid on here, and that was because I was messing around with it and I didn't get my finger out of the way, and I closed it and it snapped down on my finger and gave me a nice little fillet. So yeah. So anyways, this one, despite a lot of people bashing on Case, is right down the middle. Great knife, great function, everything. The way that I open this is just like flicking a Bic lighter just over the top, and you can easily manipulate it one-handed opening and closing. So there's that. The second one that I got was actually this one, and this one I just wanted to add to my collection. Of course, it's in the sanctified leather slip, and I showed this to you yesterday. It's got the cross shield on it. I just wanted to add to my collection. I have two case collections. I've got one that is the amber bone, and then the other one that I've started is the cross shield, just because I think it looks really nice. And again, easy one-handed opening, one-handed closing, no issues at all. And this one is not quite right down the center, but pretty close, really good, all things considered. So I'm happy with that one as well. Next up is, of course, just the yellow Delrin. And I got this one because it was in CV steel. I wanted a CV steel one. And if you're going to get one, you may as well get it in yellow, right? So had to get that one. And this one is also right down the center. Can't complain too much about that. Okay, so 3 out of the 4 are pretty much right down the center. This one was not, and it's okay. And I'll do a separate video on why I think it's okay. This is a gray bone, and it is also in CV steel, and it is not down the center. In a lot of case knives, for whatever reason, they favor the shield side. I don't know why, but they just do. Easy to manipulate, opens and closes, no problem. It is in CV steel also. So it has formed a nice patina on it already. I've been using it This is day 4 or 5 that I've had it, and just been using it. Cutting up apples, cutting up steak, cutting up whatever food I'm eating. I usually use my traditional knives. I try and keep them pretty sterile. So I use my traditional knives for like food, and I use my other knives, my more modern knives, for utility purposes. So anytime I have a traditional knife, and I always have two, I have a traditional and a modern. My traditional is my sterile knife. It's the knife that I can use for food prep, etc. And then my modern knife is the one that I use for breaking down boxes, etc. So anyways, just wanted to show off that for today. And I always try and end these with a shout out. So today's shout out is Green's Blade Revival. Ran across him recently, maybe a few weeks ago, and have kind of been interacting with him a little bit. He's commented on some of my videos as well recently, and I do appreciate that, because that's kind of the whole point of all of this, right, is just community. And one of the reasons that I stopped making videos for a while is because despite having a lot of subscribers, I don't really get a lot of traction as far as views or interaction. So hence the slowdown of videos. I've had some time off recently with the holidays, so just decided to get back into it and make some videos while I had some time. So yeah, there's that. I'll do a different video on this particular knife soon. Okay, so stay tuned for that, and otherwise have a great day. Fort Worth Clock Guy out.